Hello beautiful people, how are you today? It's another beautiful day outside, and for me it's actually a very exciting day today because I will be sharing very powerful technique, and from now onwards I will be sharing with you for the next 3 days really powerful techniques which will connect you with your intuition and it will really help you receive a powerful insight about who you are, what you'd love to create, how you're sabotaging yourself, and what are your next steps towards unleashing what's within. So it's a very powerful day today, and I really hope that you enjoy what I'll be sharing with you. For that day, I purposefully put my red rose, which is my favorite one. It's the symbol of my of my own feminine fire. So there we go. You know, just as a prelude to what we're going to do, I'm quickly going to share with you what we've covered so far and everything that I said so far. Now we're going to actually experience it. You know, just as a reminder that we all have our perception, our thoughts and feelings and emotions and our past experiences, and this is usually the mode of awareness that we all live in our lives, you know. And the other mode of awareness is that mode of awareness from our higher self that connects us through everything, through time and space, and has inner wisdom about everything. So now what we're going to do is we're going to experience that other side that we've never been taught how to experience and how to get guidance from. So I'd highly encourage you to just really have no expectations about what we're just going to do, because I'd like every one of us to have their own personal experience in this. And I know that whether you're watching this on a recording or during the live, the difference will only be that in the live I'll only give 5 minutes for the exercise, and during the recording I would recommend doing that for at least 10-15 minutes. So before we go ahead, I'd like you to know that you need a pen and paper or a voice recorder, because intuition connects very powerfully. You know, everyone will receive their intuitive download, but it needs to be written down or recorded in one way or another. Because what the ego does is it shuts it down, you know, and makes us forget about what we've received. You know, it's not convenient for the ego to know the greatness of the person, you know. So what I will recommend is to get your pen and paper or a voice recorder, so then you can have a way of recording what you're getting intuitively. And just set your intention now. You know, just set your intention to receive the full benefit of this exercise. So very briefly, what we're going to do is that for a person who is not trained in intuition, the best way to really step into that state of receiving the wisdom of the intuition is through a very quick guided meditation. You know, when you're trained, you don't even need to do that anymore, but because I assume at the moment that you don't really know how to do that. So I'll share with you very quickly a very quick guided meditation. I'll take you through it during this live. And during that meditation, we will just, you know, quiet the mind, and we'll open up a powerful space in which we will allow our intuition and higher self to fill up the space with the download that we need to hear right here and right now. So I'll take you through the guided meditation. You only need to just listen to my voice and what I'm saying. And as soon as we complete the meditation, I will ask the question for you. So the only thing that you need to do is just to listen. After the question, we're opening the space. And what you're required to do is just to listen. Just to listen what your intuition is gonna start telling you and filling up that space that we're opening. And your intuition is gonna start speaking to you with symbols. So the way intuition speaks to us is via symbols. You know, it could be visual symbol or a sensation, and it's almost never really literal, it's always symbolic. You can get colors, you can get, different different images or different sensations, or different just different ways, just different ways of communicating with your intuition. So just be aware of it and be open to any of those. You could hear voices, you could hear songs, or bring memories back, or anything. So just stay open to the way that your intuition is going to communicate with you. And when we open that space, all you need to do is just to listen and observe what is obvious. And as soon as you start receiving your symbols and images or whatever you're going to be getting, start writing or start speaking to your voice recorder. Because as soon as you start doing that, the words fall one after another and they start falling into place. So you really need to let go of your need to know, and you need to rationalize, and you need to understand. All we're doing here is we're not trying to understand at the moment absolutely anything. We're just getting the download. You can rationalize later as much as you like. So whatever you're getting, you're just gonna go for it. You're just gonna go for it, and you're not going to judge or try to understand or whatever. So this is what we're agreeing right now. All you need to do is just to go with what you get, and continue making it up until you feel complete. So now that we have set the rules, prepared your pen and paper, and prepared your voice recorder should you prefer to speak. Before we actually start, I want to mention a couple of more things. So if you start getting distracted, or you start getting thoughts in your mind, just keep bringing yourself back to that meditative state that we've achieved during the guided meditation, and keep asking what else is obvious. What else is obvious about that symbol and what it means about that question. Because what we're going to ask is what I'd love to create in life. Who am I and what I'd love to create in life. So when you start receiving a symbol, start making it up what it means, that symbol, about who you are and what you'd love to create in life. And when you feel complete, you can read it out to yourself and see what your intuition told you. And just remember that your intuition is what the intuition will tell you is what you need to know about yourself at any moment in time. This is why these exercises are so powerful to be done over and over again in different moments in time, because they give you more. The visions and the symbols become clearer every time. They get more potent, you get more information, more download, and you get more specific. So what I'd really like to hear afterwards, is your experience after this guided meditation and that download, because I really love to hear what people are getting about themselves. I really get inspired about people's greatness and what they love to create in life. It's super unique for everyone. So please do share in the comments below what you're getting about yourself and what you're receiving and what's your experience like. And just remember that, I work with people that claim to say that, sometimes, oh, I don't get anything, I don't get any symbol, but then, even a black space in front of you is still sometimes a symbol. So just stay open to whatever you're receiving. I had a few times symbols where, my head is blank and, everything is just blank and I'm not receiving anything. But when I felt the vibration of that blankness, I felt that person was completely blank at the moment and completely shocked by the situation, that was happening in their life. So just be aware that your intuition is going to speak to you through images, sensations, or whatever your version of that is. And all you need to do is just to feel and sense what that is, and just start writing or just start speaking, whatever comes easier for you. So I hope that you're excited as much as me. I personally am super excited to show you the so-called the other side, because the other side is a lot more fun and a lot more beautiful. Okay, so just to recap, I'm going to take you through a guided meditation. We're going to ask a question. I'll ask the question for you, and we're opening up a space for your intuition and higher self to fill in. You're going to start receiving symbols and you're going to immediately start writing or speaking, recording what you're getting. And I'm going to give you a few moments to do that, and then I'll make my final comments about the process, and I would be expecting your comments below. Okay, let's begin. You can close your eyes and sit in a very comfortable position. Really uncross your arms and legs to allow the free flow of energy. Allow that free flow of energy to come through your head and to go down through your nose, through your lips. Start deepening your breath and feel your lungs expanding. Imagine that the flow of energy is going down through your body, through your breast and your chest, down towards your waist and your hips. Imagine that energy going down, further down through your thighs, coming down through your knees and even further down to your calves. Imagine how the energy is flowing down to your ankles and your feet up until the end of your toes. Imagine how simultaneously you're feeling your hands heavy, and you can feel the energy going through your arm, elbow, wrist, fingertips, and getting just as heavy as your legs down, and how the energy is going down to earth. And imagine that in that flow of energy and in that heaviness, you feel really grounded. You feel really grounded and really connected to Mother Earth. You feel really grounded and connected to Mother Earth. Imagine what it really feels like to be grounded and connected to Mother Earth. And as you're going down, being really connected to Mother Earth, imagine that you remember how you were born when you came to Mother Earth, when you came to exist on this beautiful planet. Imagine that you remember this beautiful moment of your conception and then your birth. And imagine that you really start to remember what it feels like to be a baby. You really start to remember what it feels like to be a baby again. Really imagine that baby that you were born. What were you like? What did it feel? Feel the innocence of the baby that you were. Feel the innocence and the essence of that baby. Really feel and build a 3D image. Maybe even smell that baby. Hear that baby, feel that baby, experience that baby that you are. And now that you've really connected with that beautiful baby that you were born as imagine how you're really remembering now who you are and what you came here to create. Really remember, what did you come here to bring to the world? What are the gifts and talents that you have within that you came here to bring to the world? Now is the time to hold that space and allow your intuition to inform you of who you are and what you'd love to create in life. Really listen and observe the obvious. Really just go with the obvious. Feel the sensation, see the images, hear the voices. Really observe and go for the obvious. I'm going to give a couple of minutes to start. A few sentences at least before we continue. Just go with what you get and start writing or speaking. It doesn't have to make sense. You don't have to understand it. Just go with what you get and go for the obvious. I'll do that exercise with you. It's beautiful. So I will continue because this is the Facebook Live and I don't want to keep you waiting. But if you are watching this as a recording, please do pause that video and do continue writing for as long as you feel complete. And please do go back to that state of innocence and that state of no mind, the meditative state where you ask for more. What else is obvious, and wait for another symbol, and then keep going with another symbol, and then just go on until you really feel complete. It is a sense of completeness when you're really complete with what you need to know. In the meantime, I'd like to share with you my symbol and what I make out of it, so that I can give you an example of symbol and symbol interpretation. So what came for me when I tuned in, I saw a beautiful light that was almost like a whirlwind, and it was at the base of a female body, the base of a female body where the womb is. And I saw that beautiful light, that whirlwind that is just, going faster and faster, then explodes. And that was my symbol. Sometimes I see a lot of movement in my visuals. And what I made out of that is that what I came here to create and bring to the world is to bring the lightness and the beauty back to women. I'm here to help women to awaken and flourish their minds, bodies and spirits, so they can bring their juice and joy to the world. It is contagious. Intuition can be very poetic as well. When you write, you will discover that. Sometimes speaks very poetically. But the reason why I'm sharing that with you is because, different symbols will mean different things for people. If I'm reading you, for example, someone else, I'll get a different symbol for the same thing that somebody else will. So it is very important that you make up your own symbol. Nobody else can make it up for you. And that comes with practice. You can see how specific I am in my symbol interpretation. I make up exactly what it means, and I'm very, very specific. But I wasn't always like that. When I started, I just couldn't even get to the point where I get a symbol. I was just so stuck in my mind trying to figure how this thing works that I couldn't even let go and get to my symbol. With practice, you start getting your symbols, you start with vagueness and then end up with specificity. So it is a process, and don't get discouraged if you can't make it up straight away, because it literally is like a muscle. The more you use it, the more it strengthens, and more specific it gets, and you can get really specific and really get tangible download about a certain topic. I really hope that you found that useful, and I really hope that you do that at home for a longer period of time and get beautiful insights about who you are and what you'd love to create in life. This powerful technique has really led me to where I am now, and because of that, I'm able to just sit in front of you right now and teach you these powerful techniques. Over the next couple of days, I'll be sharing with you some more information, some more techniques, on which by the end of the 3 days is a full circle. It's a full circle which you can tangibly use in your life. Because before we talked about intuition and the genius orientation in life, where you get guidance from your higher self and live based on your downloaded information and the steps that you receive. But we also have the other side of ourselves, the egoic side of ourselves, that try to protect us and to keep us safe and secure in life. And we need to be aware of those two in order to be able to establish, with our intuition of course, what is our next step in life. Because if we don't understand where we are in life, no matter how bad or critical the situation is at the moment, if we don't have a current reality check, we will not be able to receive our next step, that is our real next step. So it's very powerful to understand where you are, where you'd love to be, but also where you are at the moment. Because the discrepancy between those 2 points, your vision and your current reality, will bring you tension. It is just called tension, and with that tension is what you'll use to go for what you love, and you use as a fuel to go for what you love and create the necessary steps and take the necessary actions. So it is very important to establish where you are so that you can create the necessary tension which you could use to create. In my sessions, I use how to neutralize the psychological tension and turn it into a creative tension, you know, so that you can really use that to take actions towards your, you know, towards your vision, rather than destructive actions that take you away from your vision, you know, and drag you back to your limiting beliefs and your safe, you know, sense of safety and security. That is, you know, just the case, because in our minds we are very much scared of our greatness and not really trusting our intuition, you know. But when you're equipped with the right tools, you know, for self-awareness, and when you're aware of what's holding you back, you're really able to you know, to engage that energy creatively, rather than to allow it to stop you from going for what you love. So it's very important to understand those 2 points. It's very, very critical to understand the vision as much as you understand the current reality. So today we've done the first step. If you have done this exercise, or if you are going to do this exercise, you will see your vision. You will see who you are and what you'd love to create in life. You know, what are your gifts and talents, what you'd love to bring to the world. This is what you would have seen during the exercise that I just shared. And tomorrow we're going to go a bit deeper, you know, in the sometimes unpleasant side of things, because tomorrow we're going to look at how we're sabotaging ourselves at the moment, where we are, and how we're sabotaging ourselves in our lives at the moment, so that we can have a really good understanding of where we are in our current reality, right? And that way we'll see where we'd love to be and what we'd love to bring to the world, but we'll also see where we are and be really real about it. And the third day we're going to create we're going to tune into our next step in life. Our intuition is going to inform us about our next step in life. And by the third day, you will be fully equipped with the tools that you could use in your life to create beautiful things in life. So I hope that you stick around, and I hope that you learned something useful. It was a great pleasure for me to share that with you, and I hope that you use it more often in your life. I do personally use it a lot. So there you go. Happy creating. Have a good day.